Hey everyone, I've had quite a few questions this weekend about this albino taster problem, so I wanted to just kind of get you started on it. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I want you guys to try, but I just wanted to show you how to tackle it, how to get started. So the way I do it is I start out and I write down everything that I know. So I know that there are maternal grandparents, that'd be the mom's parents, and then paternal grandparents, that'd be the dad's parents. And I just start writing down stuff as I read it. So we know that there's two things going on here. So it's going to be a dihybrid cross at the end. So you've got this being able to taste this chemical, which we'll try in class actually, and that's this PTC paper or chemical. So if you the ability to taste it results from a dominant allele T. So if you have one of those, you're going to taste it regardless of what your other gene is. And then if you don't have any capitals, if you have two little t's, then you would not be able to taste that chemical. Alright, so that's the first thing we're talking about, the first trait, and it's dihybrid, so there's another one. The second trait is albinism, so that if you are normal, then you have one of the dominant capital letters, so you have one A. If you're albino, you're going to have two little a's. So what we do, I just look at it one step at a time. It says a normally pigmented woman. So that's the mom, and we know she's normally pigmented. So that means she has to have at least one big A. And that's all we know for now. She could have two, but we don't know yet. It says a normally woman or pigmented woman who cannot taste PTC. So then what I do is I go A and then blank. We don't know what that second A is yet, but she can't taste PTC, so she has to be a little t, little t. So bam, like that. That's how you do it. So that's the mom. We know she's big A something, and then little t, little t. Then it goes on to say she has a father who is an albino taster. So her dad's up here. Her dad is albino, so that means that she has to have, or that the dad has to have little a, because he's albino, and he is a taster. So we know that the next letter it has to be a big T because there's only one. If you are a taster, you have to have at least one. So that helps you there. Okay, so now if you look at this, and then I put an underscore so we don't know what his other T is. But if you think about this, guys, in terms of reproduction, she has a big A gene because she is normal pigment. Her dad doesn't have one of those to give her, right? Her dad has two little A's. So the only other possible way for her to get this big A is from mom. So then that helps us figure out some of mom's traits. So we can go over and we can say, all right, oh, you know what, guys, I'm sorry. I've been doing this under grandma or grandpa, and this should be over here. That's grandpa. Sorry. Hope I didn't mess you up on that. But anyway, if her genotype has a big A in it, she has to get it from one of her other parents because grandpa doesn't have one to give. So grandma over here has to have a big A somewhere. Okay? And then something else we need to look at too is we know that she has two little t's. She's a non-taster. So dad has a big T. You have to then figure out, okay, so if she has two little t's, then we know one of them has to come from dad because we get one of our genes from mom, one of our genes from dad. So that helps you figure out where dad's other genotype is. All right? Again, because she has to get one of her genes from mom and one of her genes from dad. If she's a non-taster, so she has to have two little t's, and we know dad is a taster, but he has to have another little t there to give her that. And that also helps us figure out mom. So we know mom is some big A something, and then mom has to have a little t in there. Okay? So that's how you kind of tackle this. Now, I'm not going to go through the next one. I'd like you guys to try and figure this out, but I will tell you at the end of this whole thing, you're going to have a dihybrid cross. All right? When you have to figure out the possible genotypes, which are the letters, and the phenotypes, which is what they look like, of the children, you're going to have to do a dihybrid cross. All right? Because you've got two different traits. Di means two. You've got skin tone, and you've got tasting ability. That's two traits. And then you'll do a dihybrid cross, just like I did for some of you guys in class, and it would be 16 square. And then you're going to want to check out the video on that if you haven't had a chance to look at it yet, because on the quiz on Monday we will definitely do a problem or two like this along with some of the easier ones, and on the terms also. So if you have any other questions, please send me an email. Those of you that already have, hope this clears things up, and I will go over the entire problem in class tomorrow just to help you guys out, but that's how you start it. So signing off.